China's poor suffer in misery amid the economic crisis. China's economy is in a serious recession. After 3 years of shutdowns under Xi Jinping's zero-COVID policy, many companies can no longer operate. Large foreign corporations have withdrawn their production supply chains from China, leaving millions unemployed. Foreign capital continues to flow out of the Chinese market, and foreign investment has decreased for the fourth consecutive year, driving the mainland's working class into poverty. People are complaining and crying because they have lost their income and jobs, and homeless individuals are now a common sight across the mainland. China's economic environment has deteriorated, and lower-class people are having a hard time. It is said online that a large number of people who pick up leftovers to eat have appeared in Beijing, Shanghai, and other places. They wait in restaurants and eat the leftovers of diners to fill their stomachs. This phenomenon has attracted the attention of netizens, and some netizens have directly ridiculed the hungry socialist golden age. Recently, a post from the mainland went viral on social platforms. The poster Happy Snow Treasure said that at 10 o'clock in the evening, the Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC in Sujiahui, Shanghai, was full of wall-hanging gods. Most of them were sleeping on the table or sitting and looking at their mobile phones. There were men, women, young and old, and they were dressed neatly. Once they found that a guest had finished eating and left, they would quickly go over to check the plates to see if there were any leftovers and drink the drinks too. It was truly unexpected that it was in Sujiahui in 2024. In this regard, many netizens also left messages to confirm, "I saw something similar when I was in Shanghai. I was a little shocked when I saw it for the first time. I saw it in KFC in Shuhui District, Shanghai, in 2023. Some people picked up the leftovers of customers and ate them. KFC staff did not stop them. Last week, I had just left KFC with my friends after drinking coffee and afternoon tea. A man among a group of Shanghai aunts and uncles sat on our seats and looked through our food to see if there was anything left." Maya Lin. This phenomenon has existed for a long time. It was still white-collar workers in office buildings. At that time, they bought a house and paid the mortgage every month, so they went to food stalls to eat leftovers to save money. Alas, the phenomenon of picking up leftovers to eat has long appeared in Beijing and other places. Provence Gangster account said, "Beijing's 24-hour McDonald's has had such a group for more than a decade. They are not dressed decently, but just stay overnight. According to my observation, they are more like petitioners. I heard that in about 2019, all real and fake beggars or homeless people in Beijing were taken away for organ matching." Akalin Homura said, "A few years ago, a bunch of grandpas and aunts were doing this in IKEA in Sanyuanqiao, Beijing. The rainy night when my husband walked out for his mistress, there are quite a lot of people like this in Beijing, eating at McDonald's, eating at black kiln factories. I have encountered more than 1 or 2 times." Joey Crazy said, "Including Starbucks in many places. When I went back to Wuhan, many Starbucks also had a lot of people who were always carrying it." Leo said, "This should be the case in McDonald's all over the country. It is warm in winter and cool in summer and is the best place for homeless people. There have been news reports before, and netizens praised the company for its compassion." Other netizens left messages. "IKEA also has it. Picking up other people's leftovers to eat. How hard it must be to do this. Eating other people's leftovers in public is already a helpless kind of person. There were many before the epidemic. No tragedy in China can shock people. It's too common." A large number of vagrants are homeless in Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangdong. The collapse of China's economy is unimaginable. The people are suffering. Workers are exhausted and crying. The unemployed sleep on the streets. Young people go to pick up garbage. The iron rice bowl companies are laying off employees, and even civil servants are cutting their salaries. It is reported on the internet that a large number of vagrants have appeared in Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangdong. They are homeless and sleep on the roadside and under the bridge. Sometimes they are driven away by ruthless CCP law enforcement officers. There is a crying wave of unemployment on mainland social media. According to Radio Asia, on social platforms such as Douyin, Kuishu, and Xiaohongshu in mainland China, many users share their experiences. Some cry about the hardships of life, some complain about the injustice in the workplace, and some express helplessness and anger. This year, there are 11.7 million college graduates in China. According to many people, the actual employment rate of college students this year is about 50%, which is lower than last year. Many companies have started to lay off old employees. Kai Shenkun, a senior financial commentator, said that China's current unemployment problem has not yet reached its worst time. I think the unemployment problem will become more and more serious. Now on Douyin, Kuaishou, Xiaohongshu, and other platforms, many people are crying. Of course, some people are trying to gain traffic, but a large number of people are truly reflecting the current situation. This is a basic reflection of China's unemployment situation. China's economy is really not doing well. Even the police aren't getting paid. In recent years, China's economy has been sluggish, and local governments are under tremendous financial pressure. There have been frequent reports of civil servants having their salaries cut, with bonuses and allowances being cancelled. Some units cannot even guarantee basic wages, including police stations. Since 2022, China has seen a wave of civil servant salary cuts. At that time, the main affected areas were the economically developed southeastern coastal provinces, where civil servants' bonuses and allowances were drastically reduced. As China's economy continues to decline, police stations in some central and western provinces can't even pay police salaries. Even police stations can't pay salaries. Mr. Chen from Hunan told reporter that local governments at all levels are now in debt, and many government departments can't even pay salaries. He said, "We provide services to the police station, and the police station staff joked that we are freer than they are, as they have to work overtime at night. I said that overtime work has overtime pay, and they said there's nothing. They haven't been paid for several months. They can't complain about this outside, and they can't talk about it on WeChat. If you mention it, you'll be fired for violating political discipline. They try not to let people know." Mr. Luo, who is familiar with mainland politics and the economy, said, "I have a friend in Taizhou who said that many units in their Taizhou government are now unable to pay wages and are cutting salaries and laying off employees. In the first half of the year, I heard that auxiliary police were fired for not being able to pay wages. This is normal in China's current situation." Police make money through fishing enforcement. To increase revenue, local governments frequently send police to conduct fishing enforcement and impose high fines on drivers, vendors, and shop owners. China Business News reported that in 2023, fines and confiscations in 7 provinces in China increased significantly, with Chongqing and Beijing increasing by 22.4% and 21.9%, respectively. Mr. Fan from Henan said that police cars have been active recently, and the government relies on them to make money and plunder the people's resources. Criminal detention is popular now. Even if the matter is minor and not enough to be sentenced, it can still result in detention for several months, and the net is getting bigger and bigger. He said that the police rely on arrests for rewards, and the number of people detained in detention centers has increased in recent years. When the case is brought to trial, the person handling the case is reminded to pay the money. Usually, the family is asked to pay the insurance premium. The person is released for 1 or 2 months. If they are arrested again, they will not be released. They will go through the procedures and wait for sentencing. Mr. Fan said that now, with local governments having no money, the police are everywhere to make money, and some even fabricate cases to make money. He cited an example. The boyfriend of a woman in Pu'er, Yunnan, used to do business in Myanmar. He used her ID card to apply for a card to help others transfer money. As a result, the police found that the money was not clean. Later, the woman was arrested by the Hebei police, and the Henan police also found them, so the two sides began to compete for the case. In the end, Hebei handed the woman over to Henan, and the man was detained in Hebei. Wu Xiaoping, a human rights lawyer living in the United States, said that the fiscal revenue of various provinces in China is essentially negative now, and the possibility of the police not getting paid is relatively high. Similar problems have been exposed in many places. Wu Xiaoping said that the police and other stability maintenance personnel also need to survive. If they cannot get paid, it will have several consequences. On the one hand, these people may not work diligently. On the other hand, the local government may let them generate income to solve the salary problem by themselves, and random fines and fees may increase accordingly. He said, another situation is that they may reduce expenditure on stability maintenance. For those who defend their rights, the persecution and illegal interception they face will decrease. If more and more grassroots civil servants of the Communist Party of China cannot get paid, the instability of the Communist Party of China regime will definitely increase. 30,000 Chinese swarm, poor man's supermarket, a nation in crisis. As China's economy plunges deeper into recession, desperation is spilling into the streets, household finances are stretched to the breaking point, and consumer spending has collapsed. During this year's May Day holiday, countless Chinese citizens abandoned travel plans, not out of choice, but necessity. Meanwhile, scenes of chaos unfolded at Aldi, the German discount chain now dubbed the supermarket of the poor, as tens of thousands swarmed its stores in a fierce scramble for cheap goods. On May 2nd, the topic 30,000 people emptied Aldi shelves on May Day exploded across Chinese social media. This wasn't just a viral moment, it was a stark reflection of a nation in financial freefall. After 6 slow years of testing the waters in Shanghai, Aldi made a daring leap on April 19th, opening 2 new stores in Wuxi and Suzhou. It was met with panic buying. On opening day, crowd control was enforced before noon, and shelves were stripped bare by afternoon. More than 2 weeks later, the frenzy hadn't died down. Long lines, overflowing carts, and emptied shelves painted a picture of economic despair. Driven by rock-bottom prices, 3.9 yuan sanitary pads, 8.9 yuan milk, 9.9 yuan liquor, Aldi has become a lifeline for millions struggling to get by. Since arriving in China in 2019, the chain has evolved from novelty to necessity, especially for Shanghai's overworked and underpaid working class. With over 60 stores, Aldi isn't just a supermarket anymore, it's a symbol of survival. A widely shared article by WeChat account Jinquodao declared Aldi a haven for the financially broken, praising its aggressive supply chain and low-cost strategy. With 95% of fresh products sourced directly from local farms, the company undercuts competitors with speed and scale. But this isn't just smart business, it's a lifeline for a society running out of financial oxygen. In Suzhou and Wuxi, tech hubs once buzzing with ambition, engineers, entrepreneurs, and white-collar workers are now united by one instinct: survive. Earn more, rent high, spend less has become the new urban creed. In these cities, Aldi's success isn't about marketing, it's about necessity. On May 3rd, a blogger described Aldi's Wuxi store as a war zone of consumption. By 7:30 a.m., before the doors even opened, the crowd had already broken in. Swiss rolls priced at 9.9 yuan vanished in 37 minutes. Australian beef tendons flew off shelves at 23 packs per minute. It wasn't shopping, it was survival. One 29-year-old accountant in Suzhou tallied up her haul: sanitary pads, milk, and facial cleanser for just 21.7 yuan, less than a single Starbucks coffee in Lujiazui. These victories are now milestones for China's struggling middle class. What began as frugal consumerism has morphed into a full-blown survival movement. Aldi's ultra-cheap offerings, 1 yuan spice packets, 3 yuan defective tote bags, near-expiry milk for 5 yuan, are drawing a new kind of shopper, not bargain hunters, but people pushed to the edge. Even middle-class families are no longer spending, they're rationing. Bloggers warn that the Aldi phenomenon isn't a trend, it's a symptom of shrinking paychecks, lost jobs, and a bleak future. It's a mirror to a society quietly descending into economic emergency. On March 9th, Human Resources Minister Wang Xiaoping admitted that a record 12.22 million college graduates are entering a job market with no room for them. On March 17th, official figures revealed youth unemployment had surged to 16.9%, with urban unemployment climbing to a two-year high of 5.4%. But independent estimates suggest the true youth jobless rate, including NEETs, could be over 50%. Factories are closing, startups are folding, foreign investment is fleeing, an entire generation is losing faith and losing time. The Aldi stampede is not just about cheap milk or discounted bananas, it is about fear, a fear that tomorrow will be worse than today, that the economy will not recover, that the only thing left to do is line up early, buy whatever's left, and hope it lasts another week.